No one wanted this. It's still a stupid camera.
Thank you to Sony and Gerald and Dunn for selling me on the Lumix S1 Mark II.
Perfect. We're here at VizTech, who just let us have a little bit of hands-on time with the FX3. Lee's here with me as well.
FX2.
FX2. I keep calling it. We keep calling them the wrong cameras.
Do you want to redo that?
No, I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
This is how we do it on my channel. This camera's got an overwhelming sense of hate, and we thought it'd be funny to maybe read some comments from the community to see what they think about this camera.
It's wild.
To give you an eye of how much people really, well, how, I guess, toxic people are in the camera space right now. Someone said to me about the price. They said it's wildly overpriced, and I said to them, so what price would you price it at? And they said $1,500.
Thank you to Sony and Gerald and Dunn for selling me on the Lumix S1 Mark II.
Perfect. Remember to sell all of your lenses and accessories and cages and things you have for Sony on the way out as you swap to Lumix. It's something people don't think about. Like, it's very easy to just say you can swap between camera bands, but the reality is
there's so much.
It's not just the camera body that you're selling.
Right.
Like, you got to really, really not be happy with the camera that you have right now. It's got to really not be doing something for you to want to swap that bad. And
that's what I feel like these comments are about. They're like, it's like people looking to switch or something.
Yeah.
Or to stay within Sony, I guess. It's like, bro, why do you have to switch? Like,
yeah.
You already have the camera. Like, just because this camera came out that you weren't going to buy anyway, why do you have to switch now?
Yeah. You don't need the latest and greatest. And as I said in your video, which we just shot a second ago, just because it's the newest doesn't mean it's the best, and doesn't mean you need to buy it. I understand gas. I understand that when something new and shiny comes out, like I used to be like this too. It's like, I got to get it. I want it.
Right.
You don't need to get it. Unless there's, the way I normally tell people if it's time to upgrade to a camera is if you're not able to do something with your camera. So let's say you really need open gate for whatever reason, or you really need 6K, then sure, I understand. It might be a reason to go and swap to Lumix, but lenses, all the other stuff too.
Here's a good one. This might be the dumbest take Sony's done in the past few years. Only morons would throw money at this.
Okay. Good. Oh, this is actually a good one. As an FX3 and an FX6 owner, I'm too busy working, making money, and trying to improve my skills to be concerned about camera specs in the end that vastly won't improve anyone's work, nor bring in any money to their business. I wish I had read that one last.
That's a positive one.
Yeah, that is a positive one.
But that's kind of how I think too.
Yeah, it's just a different way of looking.
I realize that we're also partially to blame for not necessarily the negativity or the toxic things that come with this, but the fact that we're always showing off the newest, latest, and greatest stuff and talking about the specs. But it matters because the people that are looking to buy these cameras need to know, right? It isn't us saying, you should go buy this because of all these extra specs. It's just us, people need to know, right? Like, they're coming to YouTube to find out about this camera. They're not coming to YouTube to get scolded for buying the camera.
No.
So it's just a weird place to be right now. This guy just said, this camera is a creepy joke for Sony fans.
It's a creepy joke.
His name is Russian, so maybe that was a bad translation, but I don't know.
I've seen this talked about a lot here. So, FX2. Sony had a surplus of parts, the A7 IV sensor, the view screen, and they used these leftover parts into one body. Boom, the FX2 is born. I don't think that's how R&D works, but maybe. I don't know. Like, it seems to be a reoccurring comment that people are saying.
Here's my thing, right? The A7 IV, great camera. No one complained about it. It's got 27 milliseconds of rolling shutter. No one really complained, but they were like, it's there. It's not the end of the world, but it's there. I think the problem is because it's 2025 now, like that was 2021. I think that's where the confusion and the negativity is coming from because they want a new sensor.
Yeah.
And I think I get that. That's valid. But that hasn't stopped the sales on A7 IVs. It's like one of the best-selling cameras.
Or the A7C2.
And what's this camera, like $200 more?
What's on Jason's video here, Jason Morris? Let's see. A lot of people are saying Gerald went too easy on the camera. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, I know Gerald uses A7 IVs in his studio. Has 3 of them on stick.
I think that's why he was easy on it.
Agreed.
Because he actually likes that camera.
Yeah.
And so, hate to say it, but there's probably a little bit of bias there.
Possibly,
Because he loves the camera already. So to him, this is the best upgrade because now it's got fans. It doesn't have to worry about overheating.
It's never going to overheat.
But he loves the image off that sensor because of the dynamic range, the oversampled 7K. But again, there's a million other cameras that can also kind of do the same stuff, right? So it is, I do agree he maybe went a little easy on it, but I mean, I don't know.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, I think, when it comes down to it.
You got to remember that it's his opinion, too.
For sure.
And you're watching it for his opinion.
And that's, I think, something to talk about in terms of, like, as a YouTube viewer, you shouldn't make your decisions based off of one person's YouTube video. You should watch a bunch of creators that you enjoy watching and kind of get this circle of opinions and then use that to make your buying decision. Because just one person's opinion shouldn't be the reason that you buy things. If it does, then, or if it is, then maybe reconsider the way that you make buying decisions. No one wanted this. It's still a stupid camera. Okay. The price. This is probably a good topic of conversation. So when we were in the embargo briefing, price wasn't discussed. And I know we were chatting back and forth in our group about like pricing and the price will be the success factor.
We knew this camera was going to get roasted.
Yeah.
But it came down to the price. And so I was like, it's got to be a little bit more than an FX30, but way less than an FX3. And it's got to sit somewhere in that A7C2 and the A7 IV.
Yep.
And so if they go low, people are going to love it.
Yep.
Not say anything. If they go high, it's going to be tough. And they did sit it in there somewhere.
Yeah.
It is more than an A7 IV though. So it is technically on the higher end of.
It's more than an A7 IV. It's
what, 1,000?
A7C2 is 2,200, so this is 2,700.
Right.
Is
it
US.
is it 1,000 less than the FX3?
I'm not sure what the FX3 costs.
Something like that.
Off the top of my head, but
I mean, it being $1,000 less than FX3 already tells you where it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be better than an FX3.
Also, the name.
The
What comes
FX2.
before 2 comes before 3. It's not meant to be better than FX3.
Yeah, but the Sony A1 is a 1, and it's better than everything.
Yeah, this was another argument on Threads
I
too. And then it was like, well, the FX line kind of makes sense because you have the FX2, which is before the 3, then you have the 6, and then you have the 9. But then where does the FX30 come in? Like, really, that should have been like the FX1, I guess. I don't know.
This comment, better than expected in quotations. Ha 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 ha. Because I think Gerald said better than expected in the title. This is what's crazy. Like, look at this comment. 4K 60p crop in 2025. Sony, you lost me. Were you going to buy the camera anyway? It's an FX2.
And people are still buying A7 IVs and A7 C2s like crazy.
I get it. I get you want full frame 4K 60p. I get it.
Let's see. Best selling.
But to completely just ditch an entire camera brand because the one camera didn't get 4K 60p full frame is mind-blowing. What are you trying to figure out right now?
The best selling cameras of 2024.
Oh,
Because the argument about like, crop in 2025.
It's definitely got to be A7C2 probably. I see that camera everywhere. Probably I bet Nikon's starting to pop up in there too.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I don't know if Canon stuff is selling nearly as well as everyone else. Fuji's in there somewhere. I think a lot of people bought that Lumix S5 too. But I don't know if it beats Sony's lineup.
Yeah, that's interesting.
This year might be different though.
I hope so.
But we'll see.
I mean, I really do hope that Sony brings out something.
Well, they're going to.
Big
We
this
already
year.
know that the FX3 Mark II's got to come out at some point. A7 S4, if they decide to keep the S line, it's got to come out at some point. Like those are all that's 5 years old now.
I saw on Alpha Rumors this morning that there's 3 cameras been registered in China now. If people don't know, when a camera gets registered in China, it gets registered under like a special serial code. And then normally you can use that to kind of figure out which product line that's in. And there's one from like the budget lineup, which will be like potentially A7 V.
Yeah.
There's one from the FX lineup, but it could be more like an FX6, FX9 upgrade. And then there's one from interestingly, the A1 kind of area of cameras. So we'll see, but they're all going to come out potentially based off when those numbers are registered in the next 3 months. So
I think that A7 V definitely has to come out this year.
yeah.
And that could be the camera that make or break Sony, to be honest.
Yeah, compared to what's out there right now.
Because that's their like best seller, like that line, that like middle of the road kind of does like a jack of all trades, right?
What do you think it needs to do or have, I guess?
I don't think it needs to do anything crazy, but I think a lot of us would love open gate.
Yep.
And with that would be like a 6K sensor probably.
Yep.
It's got to have faster readout, or people are going to complain.
The screen that's in the A7R5.
It's got to have the screen, like maybe the A1 Mark II body design with that screen and the different rounded off corners and stuff, because that's kind of like the newest camera they introduced. I don't know if the A9 Mark III has that same body where it's rounded off a bit. Can't remember. Too many cameras to remember. But it's got to compete with that Nikon Z6 III and the Lumix S1 II. Sorry for my slow. Just so many camera models in my brain right now. But it has to compete with those cameras, and it's got to be in that like $2,500, $3,000 range. Open gate, 6K, maybe 6K 60. I don't know.
I think
faster readout.
Flippy screen. I think that's enough.
Like they've already got the best autofocus.
Yep.
I can't think like they're not. I don't think Sony's going to do internal RAW. I can't see it happening.
No, and I don't think it's needed. Like I don't think there's enough people out there that need it.
Now I will say the FX line should have that.
Yes.
The FX line should have RAW.
Yes.
Like
Agreed.
that's a good way to differentiate the two.
Yep.
Anyway, this video is probably getting way too long.
Yeah, let's call it a day. That's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Fistech, for having us out here. Tatari, definitely time to end the video. Bye.